So, are you conscious, or always been conscious of what type of gig that you're taking, like far as for an artist, or a gig in general, to a point to where you think it'll be good for you as a musician or your brand, or if it may put a stain in, like, it could be like maybe a reputation of that artist or whoever, saying that like, I probably shouldn't have done that because now this person is not known for paying on time, or this person have a bad reputation of something that you didn't know beforehand, or you just didn't do your homework to look into this person, or you might have, ask around because.
Bro, I literally almost said a name.
Go ahead.
So I'm not going to expose them because they still owe me money. And I did some gigs with them recently only because of Eric. And I told
Eric, what's the name?
That's why I started laughing, because I already knew. I already knew where he was going with that.
I told Eric, I said, brother, I'm only doing this gig because of you. And he handled business, and he made sure I was sweet, so I didn't trip.
So before you continue, that is one of the things that we are known for doing as musicians. Like, we'll play for artists or a gig off of strength of, especially if it's guys that's already playing on the gig, you just love playing with those guys. But then I don't even think it was the fact that Ben just also loved playing with me so much. It was just more so the fact that we worked with each other before. Over time, over the years, and Ben understands my business ethic.
I'm not gonna say that. I like playing with you, Eric.
Yeah, that's
facts. That's why I do find your feelings. Like, that's a good time.
Yeah.
And so but to the point, because me and my other homies and other circles that we have these little side conversations, that's a big thing. Like, if you be like, hey, you call somebody for a gig, the first question is who playing?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who else on the gig?
The funny part about it is, Lucius, you know what he does.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Oh, you know. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We played on the gig together.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's the first question. It's like, how much, who playing, and that determines on whether or not we're gonna do the gig or not.
Yeah.
Would you do the gig again if Eric told you?
And yeah, if Eric was a part, I'd do it.
Yeah. See that's like a.
But see, Eric got a bad habit. He'll book me for the gig, and then he'll be like, well, you gonna be playing with so and so. Well, I was only doing it because you was gonna be there.
But did you get taken care of?
I did.
I'm still gonna make sure you get taken care of.
Yeah, that's true.
See what I'm getting to with this, and I'm not going to say the name, much as I would really like to, but I know I'm not going to do that. So there was a local gospel artist.
What's the name?
Some years ago. I'm not going to say his name. I'll say his name up on Facebook.
So it's a he.
Yeah. So
okay.
So he is known for lying, and just for me saying that, everybody in the community is gonna know who I'm talking about.
I mean, you just.
I probably already said it.
There's a few of them.
I was about to say, you just described 80% of.
Yeah, well, he's known for lying, but say if I was to do a gig with him, there's only maybe a small select few.
You missing a few teeth?
You know who it is. Maybe a small select few people, musician friends, that would do it only because I said I'm gonna do it.
Like he's the artist or the musician.
He's both.
He's both, actually. We're after the
yeah.
Intermission. No.
We'll talk about it in a
bit. Bro.
So, but those are one of the things I wish.
He stole me money too.
Hey, this dude been through. I promise every Dallas-Fort Worth musician has every time you bring them up, that dude owe me. And they be sorry.
You know what I can appreciate about you musicians, and maybe I'm putting my foot in my mouth when I say this, but I hear stories about, and this is to all y'all, right? I hear stories about y'all not being paid and don't do business with them because they did this and they did that, and I'm still waiting on my pay or whatever. you know how there's those groups where it's like, did you date?
I wanted it.
Like, do you, I feel like at some point y'all are gonna end up making a group. Do not pay or do not gig with.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it was already.
If it's already out there.
So actually, that tends to happen though, because what'll happen is. Because I've seen it in DFW Shed Sessions. I've seen it in Black Surfers Ring. I've seen it where somebody will just get fed up and then they'll make a post and they'll be like, "Hey, this blah blah blah. Don't play with so and so. So like that's happened before plenty of time where they'll put people on blast. And I think in some situations, I think a lot of the reason why. One of the biggest reasons why people do what they do, or in terms of lack of business ethic, is because there's no real consequence.
Yes.
Nobody's really getting called out. Nobody's really getting embarrassed. It's not a lot of situations where people are getting pulled up on. They'll talk noise on the internet. Right, and a lot of people ain't.
Yeah, it's like behind closed doors type of
talk
thing, but
right. So it's like there's no real consequence. So that's why they feel like it's okay. And then when you go and with those same with that same group, right? Yeah. With that same group, here recently, Bad Business happened, right? Yeah. And it's three of us. It's three musicians, and they offered pay for a gig. We all said cool. Couple weeks later, and I don't know if they forgot or whatever, but they offered the exact same gig with less pay. We're in the group chat and I say, "Yo, you might wanna go back and look at. You already booked us for this gig for this pay." They come back in the group chat and say, "Oh well, we had to renegotiate with the venue or whatever." I say, "Well, whatever negotiation y'all made after I agreed ain't got nothing to do with me."
Right.
So yeah, unless you talking about the previous pay, I decline. Now it's the whole band is in the group, right? But I'm the only one saying something, right? Those other two cats, they're still gonna do the gig. So
yeah, so that should have been a question. Can y'all, the payment law, can y'all do this? It's automatically
right. Yeah. But even with that, 9 times out of 10, you handle your business first before you come to, because I'm an independent contractor. I'm not signed.
Yeah, right.
You feel what I'm saying? So you handle your business first, then come back with whatever. But anyway, so my point is, there not being any consequence. It's one thing for me by myself to just say, I'm not doing it because of that. But if the whole band says, we good, you need to fix that, I think that would have been different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think it definitely would have been different, maybe. But if only one person is saying something, if only one person is standing up, if you got this one situation where a venue is saying we're doing this and the band is saying we can't do it like that, but then you got the other band coming behind you and undercutting and all that. There's no real consequence. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why a lot of cats get to do what they do. Right.
I agree.
So that's just me. Yeah, but going back to that, that's why a lot of people, because it's not a real like, yo, don't play with this person. And of course, now the other part about that is that's still kind of dangerous because some people just like to be petty, right? Yeah. It's like you have some people that'll call me an asshole, or you have some people say, oh, I'm this, that, and the other. But is it really that? Like, did I screw you over, or was I stern? Was I serious? Did I not let you get away with BS? Right. You know what I'm saying? And then something like that'll turn into, somebody being petty and saying, oh, well, don't work with him because, whatever. Right. So.
Yeah. So along with me bringing that up, that was one of the things I wish I would have had known, like in my earlier years playing, because in your early years, a lot of times you know, you just want to get out and just play, especially like if it's an artist and then you're doing a live recording and then you arranging and doing this music and
Yes, sir.
it looks, you know, man, I was like, oh yeah, this gonna be my first joint. I'm arranging, doing this music. Then as the time go by, you start learning. Okay, this person, I haven't got paid yet.
They're taking advantage of you being green.
I haven't. Okay, I'm waiting on this money, but I don't know.
That happened.
And then